Going live. I think we're live. We're live on StreamYard and YouTube right now. So I'll get to what we were talking about. We're talking about donating to Texas and Dallas and all the good things that the good people of Dallas and this country are doing to help out the disaster that happened last week. They're not used to getting snow. It's the South. Who would have thought that we'd get a big snowstorm like that down in Texas? And we are, I don't know, hopefully, I hope I'm doing the right thing here, because Noah's on vacation as well. Add to stream. I don't know. No, I don't want to add myself to the stream. So bear with me, everybody. Okay. I have a guest coming on at 5 o'clock, hopefully very soon. I can't tell what time it is because the sun is blaring at the screen and I can't see anybody. I see there's like a bunch of likes out there. So everybody on YouTube and StreamYard, I was talking about Lucas from the Dallas Mavericks has donated a bunch of money. He's raised a lot of money with people associated with that team, and they deserve a lot of credit where they haven't gotten credit before recently. And their heart is with this country and with Texas, and they're genuinely trying to raise money to help the people down in Texas that don't have water and heat and that are suffering. And now the next thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a heat wave, and they're going to have to deal with all that melted ice and snow. And it's not something that they're used to. So there's going to be a next wave of problems for the people of Texas. And it's time, like, again, in New York, I'm sure the people of Texas must have helped us during Sandy, during 9/11. Now it's our turn to help them. So I'm just really stalling time. Do you think this has anything to do with the climate change? Do I think that? I don't know. This world has had freakish weather since the beginning of recorded time. I think you all know I'm not a scientist. I'm just some fucking idiot that likes to talk on the radio. So I don't know. There's a lot of misinformation and a lot of politics that's being played with all this kind of climate change shit. So I can't answer that question. And cheers, Jimmy. I appreciate that. Top Shelf Liquor. I did have some. I'm trying to pace myself. I'm drinking a little water right now. Been sipping on Jim Beam all day. If the waiter comes, I'm going to ask for a mojito because the gentleman next to me has a mojito. I'm very jealous. But I've been trying to mix my hydration with alcohol because you can get caught up in this hot sun. Obviously, my face is red and I've had sunscreen on all day. You can't beat the Dominican Republic sun, especially here in Rui Republica, where the people are just, excuse me. Oh, I'm doing the broadcast. Say hello.
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 He's my bro in the house.
Yeah.
Animación, via now.
There you go.
He's my best friend in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am taking security for him. He's my brother. I love you.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, they're so friendly here down here. He's got a mask on. I'm not sitting next to anybody, so I don't need a mask. But all the staff, they're very vigilant about having a mask on and doing all this properly. And we're having a really good time down here. The staff is amazing. The facilities are amazing. And we're doing a really good thing. I'm waiting for the next guest to come on. All you Stern fans are going to probably know him. Again, another controversial ex-employee. But I'm going to try to focus on the positive things that are going on in the world and all the things that are happening where we're just doing good things instead. But we'll talk about his story because I worked with him very closely when I worked on the Stern Show, and he was a very good guy. And then when I left, he grew to a bigger role and was promoted and did all these other things. And something happened along the way, and I'd like to find out exactly what that's all about because I don't know. But I had to work with him every day, and he was a very fun and easy person to get along with. As I was talking before, I've had sunblock on all day and I'm still red. So it's the sun down here is extremely strong. And I was on the beach today it was nice to be in warm water, blue water. The waves are kind of strong. It was fun to do a little body surfing. I'm very buoyant these days. And Thomas Evans, where is everyone? Everyone is on the other side because the DJ's playing and they're all dancing. And there's people over there. See if I can turn this around. There's people over there at the bar by the water, and there's people over there. And then there's also people at the beach. So but they also can't let a lot of people in. They're very COVID responsible down here, and everything's spaced out. And there's definitely social distancing, and they're following all the guidelines that you're supposed to have a safe vacation. And the whole point of this is the fact that you can come out and do a little vacation, especially at this is a 4 out of 5 star resort, and they're doing a really good job. Their fees are extremely affordable. I've seen what their rate is going on right now, and if you got a couple of bucks saved up and you need to get out of the house like I did, I just happened to get lucky where I was introduced to someone that works for the resort, and they're trying to drum up business and get people back down here. And I said I could show everybody what's going on and how you can come down and still enjoy a little break from the cold and the ice and the freezing, and have an affordable vacation. Unfortunately, this resort is adults only. As much as I love kids, I just wanted to be around adults this time. And it's kind of fun, They're 3:30 in the morning. They're serving drinks. There's people still up. They still have food. It's all inclusive. Everything, the airfare and everything is included. Thomas Evans. I am in the Dominican Republic at Rio Republica, RIU. It's a little tricky to actually say everything, but so yeah, Rio Republica and the Dominican Republic. You can go online. I booked, I was booked through Delta, where they have the package, but there's other ways to book it. You can book it, I think, probably directly through the hotel, but the package that they booked me through was from Delta Airlines, and Delta Airlines, very, very reputable airlines. It was a direct flight, and the resort is maybe 20 minutes from the airport, so you don't have that long anticipated wait to get to your vacation spot. Whereas in Jamaica, when I went, it was like a 2-hour ride, and I just was like, I just want to get to the resort already. So it was, they were there waiting for me with the van. They came and dropped me off. But I had a little bit of a scare. I don't know if everybody saw what I broadcasted last night. We were on our way here. We were about 25 minutes out of the airport, over the ocean, and we had to turn back because there was a mechanic failure where they couldn't get to the height. Hey, Gail, how you doing? I saw you going. I got 2 cameras going on here, so I never had that experience before where you're that far out in the open ocean and you have to turn around because there's a mechanic failure. And Delta Airlines and the professionals that work there really kept you feeling safe and not worried. Although you are worried, but I had. That they're always there to keep you safe. That's their job. But everybody's facing forward, and if they go back to the back galley, that's where they really show their fear. So I kept turning around to see what was going on, and they didn't seem like they were hugging each other, kissing each other goodbye. So I felt safe for that. But I never had to go out and turn around and come back. But they came back, they landed, the mechanic crew was there right away on point. They analyzed the situation, they figured out what it was, they fixed it, and we were back up in the air in an hour, which I didn't think was going to happen. I figured we were going to have to get off the plane, and then they get a new plane, and that takes forever, and a new crew, and then sterilize the new plane. And I figured it would be a 3-4 hour ordeal, but God bless Delta Airlines, they fixed the problem, they were on point. And I'm overdressed because I'm all, the sun was beating on my back, which is going down. Yeah, how about this? I'll get half naked for you. The sun was at my back, and my back is on fire. So, how about this? You like those sexy shoulders? Is that better? I definitely have to get adjusted. I'm like my dad who kept a mailbag on his shoulder for 43 years. He's like this. I'm like this. It evens out, I guess. So I'm waiting on my guest. See what time is it? We have a time. He's in L.A. I don't know what time. It's 5 o'clock here in the Dominican Republic, so it's 4 o'clock here, which means it's 1 o'clock in L.A. So may have to go off live on Facebook to find out where it's going on. But all right, sorry guys, I'll put you back on. Sorry with the unprofessionalism. I can't see what time it is. I'll be right back. And yeah, I wanted to go a little early. Last night I went late, and let's see. See, I'm on now. So I wanted you guys to see. I know, yeah. I thought I did hit go live, Noah, but I wanted you guys to see what it's like during the day and how beautiful it is. And I know Noah's sending me messages that he thinks I could see, but yeah, I was wearing that because the sun's on my back, but it's got a little clouds cover now, and it's good. I can't get straight. I'm all uneven. So it won't let me in. Noah, why won't it let him in? Hold on a second, Gary. Just give me, guys, give me a sec. And I'll try to fix this right now. Share link. Facebook. Got that. Oh, I can't do it. A messenger. Damn it. All right, just give me a second, people. I know this is horrible. And son of a bitch, why is it doing this? Copy URL. I hate this. This is why I start ever early. Try now. So, but the people down here, like the rooms are really beautiful, and if I just like this is I couldn't have come at a better time for me. So I'm glad that I'm down here and able to clear my head, and I'm going to get some other, hopefully some celebrity guests soon. The technical difficulty brought to you by Bright Shot, not Bright Shot. Bright Shot brings you the fact that I'm able to actually have something like this, and we can talk about Street Spot Me. If you guys have an issue parking anywhere where you live, say if you're in a mall or Walmart parking lot, and you're driving around and around, you need to find that spot. Download Street Spot Me on the Play Store. It's an app where you ping yourself where you are, and hopefully there's someone else that's getting out, and I'm getting out. I need a spot. Go to Street Spot Me and check it out. It's like basically, if you're in especially in New York, would you pay $2 for a parking spot? Well, basically that's what it comes down to. You pay $6 to find your spot. You get $4 back if you give up your spot. And it's really awesome situation to be able to get a spot wherever you are, because there's nothing more frustrating than. Yeah, oh wait, we got our guy. Cool. Hold on, going back live on Facebook. Here we go. Start live video. So if you're in a spot where you can't get a parking spot, especially this person lives in LA. Hello. Add to stream. Yo, what's up, you crazy man? Can you hear me? Oh wait, I gotta unmute you. Unmute. Where is it? Unmute. Hello, you there? Come on. Oh my God. It might be your microphone. I got Gary Garver, who's starting to look like Sideshow Bob. Remove it, come back on. I got it. There
try that now.
There you go. There we are. Now, I gave you a great introduction earlier because I said, you were, everybody, if you go to YouTube on my Facebook Live page, you can see who I have on. It's, all you Stern fans right now is Gary Garver, who we started out, you were sort of, I don't know if you were an intern at KLSX, or all I know is that we had to communicate every day. For me at 5 o'clock in the morning, and for you was 2 o'clock in the morning, correct?
Yes.
You were the board op for KLSX when Howard was going live from New York, and I had to send you every morning, which I had to do. It was a horrible, tedious operation, because if everybody from the radio world doesn't understand, when Howard back in say 92, 93 when you started.
1991.
Okay, so Howard's broadcasting in LA and he has all these different affiliates. So the board ops, like what Gary was doing, they needed to know or have an idea of what the timeline was for Howard when he had all his commercials. So every day.
Well, hold on, Steve, hold on. You're absolutely. I hate to say it, but you're wrong about that.
Okay.
I was the board ops. I was the guy who was. I was the one who was picking the feed for the rebroadcast of the show.
Okay.
So what I would do is I would talk to Scott a lot, Scott the engineer.
Yeah.
Him and I would communicate every day because I would call Scott to get the line, to get the ISDN line, the phone line from him.
Yeah.
And I remember we would do a sound check.
Yeah. I remember just having to coordinate, making sure that you got all the commercial logs, and the commercial logs, for people who don't know, was the list of commercials that Howard had while he was broadcasting each day. And it was supposed to be on a schedule, which of course never happened because Howard would just never stop talking, but you needed to know exactly where the commercials were, correct?
Yeah, well, I like I said, the board, I'm getting a beer right now.
Yeah.
The board op, you need one too.
I know. There's a winner around here somewhere.
I was in one studio and then picking up the feed and basically editing the rebroadcast of the show. And then there would be a board op who would need the log, who would need the commercial logs for the show.
So part of my mayhem.
You sent those to the board op, and I was the other guy who was putting together the rebroadcast at 6 o'clock. So we would go live. People don't know the Stern Show would be live in Los Angeles from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then we would rebroadcast starting at 6 a.m. from the beginning.
Water.
Yeah, can I get a waiter?
Water.
A drink.
Drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Send them over. Thank you. I can't drink without. I can't have. You have a drink by yourself, Gary. I'm sorry.
I hope not. I mean, you're in the Dominican Republic, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. They flew me down here to help boost the business and show people that they're safe down here. They're applying to all the COVID rules, and they're having some really good deals that you can come down here, all inclusive packages. And they're really strict. The employees here are all like, as soon as you get into a situation, put your mask on. They won't serve you drinks. They won't serve you food. There's certain guidelines that you can wear it when you don't have to wear a mask when you're at the pool, if you're by yourself or with people you know. But if you're congregating, there's distancing, and they're doing a really good job of keeping people safe down here, and they're really accommodating. And they brought me down here just to help them, show people that there's a life right now. You can go down and you can have a vacation and be safe.
That's great. That's great, man.
And it couldn't come out. Yeah, no, dude, I may have to come down here. And there's no shortage of beautiful people down here. I can tell you that. They're all probably in their mid 25s to their mid 55s. And from different countries, Russia, France, wow. There's a lot of people from the Dominican Republic actually staying here, which goes to say a lot.
That's cool.
So they're keeping everything close. So what I was saying before is no one knew. So in the morning, I had to make copies of the commercial log on top of everything else I had to do, and then I had to fax that to 10 different affiliates. And back then, it was like a single ISDN line. And on top of everything else I had to do, get the studio set up, answer phone calls, take care of Howard, take care of Robin, I had to sit there and make sure those logs went out. And it was like the slowest fax in the world, and not everything went through. And if you guys didn't have that log, it screwed you guys up completely. And it was a really important part of what I had to do on top of everything else important that I had to do. And that's where we sort of developed our friendship. Yeah.
Well, you were on the show for a long time, and then we go out. Then you guys came out to LA a few times. We'd hang out, and that's how we got to get to know each other. And then Vegas, and So it was a long. How long were you with the show?
I was with the show from '91 to '98.
Really?
So
Yeah, I started in '91. What?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say it was like a little under 8 years.
Yeah, I thought you were there longer. It seemed like you were there longer.
Yeah, it went fast because I was having like a really good time. Everybody talks about, there's a lot of talk right now about like me and John and everybody else about, the downside of what happened while we were there, because we look back and we see like how it really wasn't fair about what went down, or even, it should have been different. But while we were there, it was the best time in the world.
Yeah. Those were great days.
And then you became the Stuttering John of Los Angeles.
Yes, I did.
You were out there pissing off celebrities, much like John. And who was your first interview?
The first interview I ever did was Whoopi Goldberg at a book signing, and I actually didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. And I sat in line for like 2 hours, like with everybody else. Instead of going with the press, I just sat in line for like 2 hours to get my book signed. And I walked right up to her, started asking her a question, and she got pissed. And the security guard took my book and threw it on the ground, and I made him pick it up. I'll never forget that. That was my first interview, Whoopi Goldberg.
You have mojito? Yes. Say hello. Go on, then say hello. Say hola.
Hola.
This guy's the best waiter. Uno margarita, por favor. No margarita. Uno mojito. Thank you. I've been drinking whiskey all day. It's time to change it up. So I did my show last night, which was 7:00, which is a good time to broadcast anywhere when you're doing, I guess, podcasts and stuff. But, it was dark here. Everybody was inside eating dinner. And I just wanted to show, like, how beautiful it is down here. I'd like to go to the beach, but it's too windy. Like, literally, like, right over there is the beach. I'll turn it around. The beach is, like, right there.
Wow.
But it's so windy on the beach. I had to come and sit by the pool. And
man, it looks great. It looks great, man. It looks awesome.
Yeah, the rooms are beautiful. You don't have to worry about anything. They take everything. There's things that you could do outside the resort, like fishing and going on dune buggy rides and zip lines, and they're not part of the all-inclusive, but they do have like ways to like through the hotel you get hooked up. I might go deep sea water fishing at some point, because I love fishing, and that would be kind of fun. But you don't need to really leave. They take care of you here, man.
That's awesome, man. It sounds like a great time, man. I wish I was there.
Yeah, you can be here. So what was the scariest interview you did?
Scariest?
I did a lot with John, and I did a lot on my own, and I know how like there's the most fun one you did with like the celebrity probably recognized you and was like, oh my God, it's Gary Garver, and then there's the one where you had to fear for your life. Let's go for the fear for your life one.
I fear for my life. I never really felt like I was fearing for my life. I think the most disturbing one was maybe, of course, OJ. When I got into a fight with him on the golf course.
Well, tell everybody about that. There's not everybody that knows that.
Well, I interviewed O.J. Simpson about 3 or 4 times. I had run into him right after he got acquitted for murder back in 1995. I used to run into him. I play a lot of golf, and I used to run into him all the time on the public golf course. And we would talk. It was weird. And then Howard hired me to start doing the interviews. I'm like, I can get O.J. O.J. always talks to me on the golf course. So, long story short, I interviewed him the first time, and he was cool, and I asked him about getting bloodstains out. If he had any advice for getting bloodstains out, he's like, "That's it. You did it. I was being nice to you, and then you blew it." And then about 6 months later, I interviewed him again. I just walked up to him while he was hitting, on the 17th tee. He was walking up to the 17th tee, and I just walked right up on the tee box and started asking him a question. And he got pissed. He's like, "I'm going to make this business arrest against you. I'm going to call the marshal. You're here illegally." And I go, "I just want to know if you're sharpening your knives in case you get remarried." And then the shit went down, and then like they attacked the camera guy. My camera guy did about 15,000 worth of damage to the camera, and that was probably the most. I wouldn't say scary, but probably the most disturbing. I never was scared on any of the interviews, tell you the truth. I never really was taken in my mouth. I don't know why he didn't get me good, but that was probably the most disturbing one. That one, OJ. So.
And she said, I thought that on Stern once that OJ hid the knife in Kardashian's golf bag or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I worked with, I don't know if it's, I'm not going to give that person's name. Well, I'm sure we do the research, but I know the person that was, thank you very much, Eduardo. Muchas gracias. Cheers, brother.
See? Cheers. Cheers, brother.
So, I kind of heard, oh, that's so good. Oh, got the mint. So, I know somebody that was directly involved. I worked with them at one of the restaurants that I managed. He was involved with the Mezzaluna and was involved with Nicole Brown Simpson. And he thought OJ thought that the person that Ron Goldman was the person that I know because he caught them prior, like a couple of days prior. And when Ron Goldman returned the glasses, OJ thought it was that person and killed Ron Goldman by accident. And that Cato had the knife and the gloves and was running around the building to get rid of them. And the basket that he had, the knife and the gloves in, had the hole. And that's where the bloody glove fell out. And
oh, God.
The person that told me this was genuine and wasn't some type of gossip person. This person was directly involved. And basically, I got drunk with Cato one night, and that's how he knew about the hole in the basket. So,
really?
Yeah, so it was definitely on purpose. And
so Cato was involved. Cato was there.
Cato took the gloves and the knife, and of course it's Cato. Didn't realize there was a hole. I guess it was a wicker basket. There was a hole at the bottom, and he dropped the glove.
But he was at the Bundy. He was at Bundy when it happened.
He was staying in. Yeah, he was staying in the back.
No, I know he's staying in the back, but I mean, he didn't go with OJ to Nicole's house.
No. I somehow or another, he got to Nicole's house to get rid of the evidence. So I don't know how that just. This is the story I heard. I'm not saying it's coming from me, but that this person that I know, I don't know if he'd ever he literally had to go into hiding during the trial because the press was after him. He had to go to a place like this and stay here for months to hide from the press.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
Who was your favorite interview when you were out there in LA?
Probably my favorite was, I love Joe Pesci. Interviewed him 3 or 4 times. Always cool. Loved answering the questions. Jack Nicholson. I love Jack Nicholson. He was awesome. Just so many. I mean, there's Samuel L. Jackson, but probably Joe Pesci. I would say was like one of my favorites because he would just he's a badass, but he would just go, hey, Joe, come over here and listen to this kid's questions. They're fucking crazy, and then he would answer every question that I would ask. No hesitation. So I love Joe Pesci. I mean, he was probably my favorite person to interview. My favorite, I mean, the one that I really wanted to get was Jack Nicholson, and I finally got him, and I thought that was really cool.
Well, people are asking, did you have a relationship with Cato when he was on KLSX?
Somewhat. I mean, I didn't, I mean, a little bit. I mean, we'd hang out, when we had parties and stuff like that. But I mean, I thought it was a joke. I mean, they I was there when it was a classic rock station, and those guys were my friends. And then they fired, they changed the format, fired all my friends. And the only reason I stayed was because I was producing Howard's show. Yeah. I mean, they can, how they do it in radio. They when they change a format, they fire everyone.
Yeah. There's no 2 weeks notice. Get your shit and get out.
Yeah, you leave that day, and that's what happened. And then and then they brought in that Radio Hindenburg, as Howard would call it, and the whole thing. And Cato was just a joke. I mean, I always thought Cato Kalin was a complete moron.
More or less.
Yeah, but I mean, I know
it was like that beach sort of Spicoli. hey man, how you
Yeah.
doing, man? You know.
He did, but
Yeah.
I mean, I know Cato, and I have no bad vibe towards him. I just think it was, it was, he gained his fame off of two people's murders.
Yeah.
That's how he
Yeah.
got a radio show. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, I don't have any respect for that.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to stop real quick and say, like, you see what's going on in Texas and everything, right? So I'm just trying to get generate because I got a lot of people flowing right now. I wanted to bring it back up. People need to pay attention and see what's going on in Texas and really reach out and find a charity to help people in Texas. I know that Lucas over at the Dallas Mavericks is raising a lot of money. Like, he already raised over $1.25 million. And so the whole organization at the Mavericks is doing their best to take care of the people of their state. And I just want to keep reminding people, go out there and help the state of Texas. Because you know what? I guarantee you, I know they helped New York and they'd help LA if they needed it. They really need it bad right now. So I see like everybody's starting to come on now. So I just wanted to mention it when I got a lot of people on. Texas is suffering right now. They don't have water. They don't have electricity. They don't have gas for heat. And, step up to the plate like the Dallas Mavericks and do what you got to do to help people out.
Yeah, and fire Ted Cruz. Get rid of him.
Yeah,
What a douche.
Everybody's calling me Ted Cruz. It's freezing. It's freezing in New York, and you're down on vacation. But you know what, though? I know there's problems with politicians and Ted Cruz, but at least he wasn't like hiding from it. At least he came back and he's putting out an effort. He ran with his tail tucked between his legs and tried to get away with it. He got busted. Now he had to come back. I'm blocking all the fun stuff behind me. Yeah. He came back and he did he's doing the right thing, but he got pinched. He got pinched running away.
The bottom line is it shouldn't even been hey, listen, your whole constituency is freezing their asses off. They're fucking, I mean, you don't, when you're like besides the governor, you're like one of the main people. I mean, you're in the hierarchy of Texas. You don't bail out. You go in there and you send your kids and your wife to Cancun, and then you go to a shelter and help these people out. I mean, I have no respect for that dude. After that,
thanks to modern technology and social media, he got busted and came back like a dog that peed on the rug with his tail between his legs.
Yep.
And now he's not sitting in a nice warm weather. Look, everybody's playing beach volleyball. Oh, wait, look. There's Ted Cruz. He got away. Imagine that. I caught him down here. Right, so he came back, helped a couple of people, and then ran to fucking Punta Cana instead of Cancun.
Yeah. Didn't he hang out with his wife?
Yeah. So,
but that's cool. The owner of the radio station I work for, KCAA, they live in Texas. They live outside of Houston and stuff. So they're going through hell. They're going through hell. In fact, 10 million people still do not have drinking water. 10 million people still do not have drinking water in Texas.
Yeah, it's not cool, and we need to step up and help Texas because I'm sure they're the first line of defense. If anything happened to any other state, the Texas people would stand up and run right over to help. And it's time to help them.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Texas is a big part of this country, and we need to go and help our constituents. Not be like Ted Cruz.
They've gone through a lot.
Not be.
Not like Ted Cruz.
I can't even say it because it's like there's the N word and then there's the F word that you can't say. So he ran like a little baby.
Ran like a bitch.
Okay, I'll take bitch. Bitch is good.
Yeah.
And so, but he came back and he's doing what he had to do. So tough shit on him. Nice try. You got all that money. Why don't you say it would have been better if you took a private plane, but now you're paying for it anyway.
They would have found his ass out.
Yeah, Ed C said, can Gary speak about the supposed interview where he supposedly tried to start a fight if he's comfortable to speak about this? I don't know what he means. What you interviewed where you were supposedly try to start a fight?
Well, that was the end of the probably. I don't know if he's talking about the last time I worked for Howard or not. Is he referring to the last interview?
I'm sure that's what he's talking about. And if it's not, let's talk about what if that's the end, what happened? How did you end it with
I'll
Howard?
tell you the end of the 10. Okay, so there was a couple instances where I got into hassles. You know how it was if you went out there and did those interviews. I mean, people, security people would get pissed off at you. Public relations people would get pissed off at you. Publicists. I mean, the whole gamut. I mean, we were like, the Black Plague going into the into these events.
I know.
And I did over 400 events and probably got thrown out of at least 100 of them. And this one time, the last one I did was there was nothing going on. They weren't letting me interview anybody. And I told my cameraman, let's create some shit. Let's just do something, get some take, get something, because we're nothing. There's nothing going on. And I don't know. I went out and got a couple drinks and just started creating a little bit of havoc. They threw me out. And what happened was, I didn't really think much of it, to tell you the truth. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But I guess the public relations firm called Scott Greenstein, the dude from Sirius who runs Sirius, and says, well, if you have this guy do any more interviews for the Howard Stern Show, we will not have any of our clients on any of your Sirius radio shows. And I think that was it. That was the end of it. And Gary told me, he says, you can't do it. He says, we warned you. We told you to just cool it, and you didn't. And we got to let you go. And that was the end of it.
Now, if you don't mind me asking, I know this is a personal question. You don't have to answer it, but what was your salary like? Because we've had this conversation on John Melendez's show, Stuttering John's show, about
nothing.
Because the amount of money they were making and the amount of money we were all getting paid was like, ridiculous. Like from here to down here.
I made. Let's put it this way: the first year I worked for Howard, on 2006, I worked and did the interviews for Sirius. Okay, 2000 when he went, I made $8,000 the whole year doing those interviews. They paid the cameraman more than me. They paid the cameraman $500 and they paid me $300 to go out and do these interviews.
I know how that feels. Believe me, because we've all felt that kind of sting about how the pay scale working for you know what? I'm not even just going to put it all on Howard, because I learned real quick back when I started is that the radio industry, as far as if you're going to go overall look about the entertainment industry, the radio industry is the bottom of the barrel of the entertainment industry. Unless you're like Howard or Rush Limbaugh or Don Imus, you're really not going to be making anything, because they invest in the talent and everybody else can go shit their pants, go get another job, because there's 10,000 other people with resumes waiting for your job that'll take your pay. Right.
I mean, the bottom line is, we were talking about salaries. We were talking about me moving maybe to New York. I mean, when the first Sirius Radio sort of broke, and then they decided just to pay me this, per event. And I'm not a bidder. I mean, it was me and Tim Sabian cut the deal and all that. But in the long run, and I love Tim, don't get me wrong, but
I talk to Tim once or twice a week. He's like one of the really close friends.
And Tim got screwed by Howard. A lot of people have got screwed by Howard. And, I just felt that there was another thing that really set me off. I was doing this thing called Day in a Life, where I was trying to get into doing reality TV producing in 2006. And I thought, why don't I fall? Because I did all those AVN awards and all that shit. I was like, why don't I just go and produce, see how these porn stars live? And me and my buddy produced 2 shows. I was negotiating with Doug Goodstein.
I want to see how the porn stars live.
Everybody does. And, that's what really screwed me over, Doug Goodstein. I mean, that was really the beginning of the end with me and Howard, because they basically took my idea, didn't pay me a penny. I worked over 6-7 months on that thing. Me and Doug Goodstein had over 50-60 emails between us talking about it. And then they took the idea. They did like 4 or 5 episodes with the weird, the whack packers, and didn't pay me a penny, and fucked me. And that's when I got bitter about the Stern Show. And that's when I was like, fuck this shit. And I basically self-sabotaged my career with the Stern Show.
So what's going on now? What do you got going on?
I've got a radio show that I've been doing for 5 years. It's called Controlled Chaos. It's on kcaaradio.com. That's kcaaradio.com. It's on Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific. That's noon to 1 Eastern. And I just have a talk to them. I just, have different guests on, play some of my old Stern interviews, and just do my thing.
They don't give
So
you
it's
any
fun.
shit. They don't give you any shit about that. Not that
No,
I'm sure
they
you
don't. They're
give a
cool.
fuck.
No, the one thing is, listen, I have no bitter pill towards Howard. I don't care. It's all good. It's water under the bridge. It's been 12 years now, 12 or 13 years. So what do I care? No, they probably like the publicity, but it's fun. Yeah. So I'll play some of my old stuff, and it's just a mixture. It's just controlled chaos. It's like whatever the subject matter is, whether it's Ted Cruz in Texas or the Kardashians getting divorced, or whatever. It is what it is. So it's fun.
Do you think that whole Kanye West and Kim Kardashian thing was a fake marriage? Do you think they actually really loved each other, or was it all like a publicity stunt?
No, I think it was a real marriage. I think, towards the last year or two, I think it was over. I think they, we start naming your kids North, Psalm, Saint. Something's wrong with you.
You better teach those kids how to fight, because when they get to school, forget about it. I don't care who your parents are. Prince Charles got his ass beat when he went to school. Just remember that.
Yeah. So the bottom line is, I think that was a real marriage, but I think probably in the last couple of years it's gone down the tubes, and they I don't know, but it's a cool show. I've been doing it for 5 years. It's in the Inland Empire, and I enjoy it. I'm just sort of like do my own thing now. So it's cool. It's cool.
Oh my God, I don't want to. I don't want to be a perv. I'm sorry. I was going to turn the camera and show the people walking by, but that's not right.
Oh, come on.
They're really far away right now. But like, there's like nothing. If they walk past the camera, that's one thing. But I'm not gonna stalk them. I'm a perv, but I'm a perv with respect.
Perv with respect. Well,
I don't know if there's such a thing, but I'm not gonna start fucking doing that to girls. If they walk past the camera, they see that I'm broadcasting, then they want to be seen. But if they're over there, they don't want to be seen. I don't want to do that.
Right.
That's not
I
cool.
agree with you.
That's fucking. That's fucking.
You got to be there for a minute.
Yeah, if they want to walk past the camera and you see what I'm doing, I'll dip my shoulder. But
I hear you, brother.
They don't want. They're over there, but there's come down to Rui Republic. In the Republica, excuse me, in the Dominican Republic, and you can sit at the beach pool, and you can sit at the beach. And I'm not just going to say, I'm not going to just say women. I'm hetero, as everybody knows, but I'm hetero enough to go. That's a good-looking couple. There's a lot of good-looking people down here having a very good time, and then there's also some people out of shape that are also down here having a good time.
I hear you.
Listen,
send me the link. Send me the link to your show, and send me the link to the Dominican Republic place, and I'll plug it on my show, and then come on my show.
Oh, 100%. I would love to. It's AftershockXL Network on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher. You can go on all those podcast networks. We're all on there. YouTube, of course, I'm on right now live, and Facebook Live and Facebook everything, Twitter. This is where you got to be. You got to get the numbers to make the money. So I'm doing my best. I didn't have any interest in doing this until I realized that I kind of have fun doing it. And now it's a big deal. I was doing it when it first started with a good friend of mine, Joe Meathook Aspermonte, who works on Blue Bloods right now. And we were doing it at the very infancy. There was like barely camera technology. We were on like some hard rock radio live, and we just sat there and told you stupid fucking stories. And there was no like Facebook or Twitter or any podcast network. It's like we didn't know about hard rock radio live. We had maybe 12 people listening, and this was probably before Blue Bloods actually was broadcasting, because he's an AD and he was out of work, and we were just doing it from his apartment, and there was no cameras. And we actually got page 6 twice, because we interviewed Mary Jo Buttafuoco, and I interviewed was it Randy West, the porn star, and they both had some really interesting things to say. And they wound up getting paid 6 with 12 people listening. So it's all about getting interesting people to come on and tell a good story. So, and I'm good at dragging that shit out. So I just figured I had an idea. I went with it and I started doing it. I got the studio for free. All the good people, Joe and Scott over at Pro Media, they both hooked me up with a free studio, and I just started running with it, and it just became. I got Artie. Artie did a show from the studio I was in before he went MIA. Cool. Yeah, and apparently I talked to his manager. Apparently he's doing fine. He's just not. He's out. He's out of public life right now.
Well, tell him, give him my best. If you ever run into him or his manager, tell him, Gary, I love Artie. He was me and him had some good stories to tell about each other. And,
what's your favorite Artie story? Everybody has one off the top of their head.
I got one in Vegas. We were in Vegas, and it was like when Howard was broadcasting in Vegas at the Hard Rock, and it was like 5:30 in the morning, and me and my buddies were just like totally blitzed, and we were having breakfast. Nobody else was in the casino. It was like nobody was there. It was at it was like 4 or 5 of us having breakfast, and all of a sudden we see Artie like stumbling in there into the place, and we all yell, Artie, and he comes, hey guys, come on. He came over, and he bought us all breakfast, and he looked disheveled and shit, of course. And he had I'll never forget it. At 6 in the morning, he had a double cheeseburger, a chocolate shake, and a Diet Coke.
my favorite Artie story was he's just started to blow up, on Howard, like where everybody's talking about Artie laying on Howard, and I didn't realize I met him because he came up with Norm Macdonald the first time, and he was there. He just came up because he was such a huge fan. And it's I'm at Scores, and I'm going up to the VIP area, and Artie's leaving, and I said, "Oh, Artie, I don't know. I want to introduce myself. My name's Steve Grillo. I'm not sure if you know who I am." And he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He goes, I know you went to Hunter College. I know your dad's a mailman. I'm a huge fan of yours. Grillo, come here, give me a hug. It was just like, oh shit. He goes, you understand, you don't remember meeting me when Norm Macdonald came on? I was like, no. I was like, he goes, I listened to you when I was a kid. I was like, but he's older than me, but he was like, he's like, I listened to you when I was like in the car. I used to love you. I love you, Grillo. And it was just like, it was such a, that's why I was just like, and he does, every time he sees me, he treats me like a little brother, and it's just so awesome. And
he's a good dude.
He's a really good dude, just got demons that just won't leave him alone.
Well, listen, God bless him. Thank God he got through it, and he's doing okay, and he's laying low. And I love Artie. He was he was like my favorite person on the Stern Show, for sure. I mean, I love Jackie. Jackie was cool too, but Artie was cool. Yo, G,
check this out. I don't even know if I was allowed to talk about this. All I can say is Jackie's got something coming out real soon.
Good.
That I will be a part of.
Because he's been on my radio show probably half a dozen times.
No, you're going to have him on. I'm really not allowed to talk about it. I don't want to get in trouble. But I can tell you that I got to watch something that Jackie's got coming out. That is so fucking amazing. I don't want to say exactly what it is. I'll say that Jackie's going to be on your show really soon. And if they play their cards right, this is going to put Jackie back on the map.
Oh, that's great. Well, I hope so. I love it.
Not that he was ever off the map. Okay, the guy's basically retired, and he earned his retirement. But all I can say is I laughed so goddamn hard. And it's just like, and it was so much fun. Everybody's going to, it's going to go viral kind of thing where everybody's going to be like, if you don't know him, if you never heard of him, you're going to be compelled and you're going to laugh. And if you hated him and you watch it, you're going to laugh. And if you're a fan, you're going to laugh even harder.
That's great. That's great. Well, I look forward to it, man. I don't
want to say what it is or what it happens. And soon, Jackie will be on your show and just say, Grillo told me something big was coming out, and it is. I'm so happy for him because I love him to death. And there's just something soon. That's all I can say.
Okay, well, listen, maybe I'll email him and just go, hey, I was on Grillo show, and he told me that
No, don't say
something good
nothing. No,
happened.
not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Okay. All right, I'll lay low.
You get me intro. Nothing
All
yet.
right, I'll lay low.
I'll just say that Jackie's got a fun something. You're gonna hear about Jackie a lot more. That's all I'll say.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
He was. I always liked Jackie, and like I said, Artie was always cool, and I mean, everybody was pretty cool on the show. I mean, Sal, Richard,
Love
Ron.
those two.
Everybody was cool.
Fucking maniacs. Those two are fucking great.
Yeah, they're crazy. So yeah, it was all good. I mean, listen, I have no bad feelings towards Howard. The way it ended, I just feel bad. Doug Goodstein sort of fucked me over. So that's
listen, you knew Doug before, and something happened with Doug. And if Doug did it, it didn't come from Doug. Doug was he had to be the fall guy for it, I'm sure.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, but then it is what it is. I could care less. It's over. It's been 12 years. I'm doing my thing. I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I've been over this doing my controlled chaos radio show for 5 years now, 6 years. It's all good, man. It's all good. And I look forward to seeing you guys and doing some more things. Maybe do some stuff with Tim too. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, Tim's always got something in his back pocket. Do you have any social media you want to promote?
Just not really. Just hit me up on Facebook, Gary Garver. Facebook if you want to listen to my show, Controlled Chaos, KCAAradio.com, and my YouTube channel. If you want to see some of my old interviews with the Howard Stern Show, some of them are up there. Just go to YouTube and hit Gary Garver, and you can see my my interviews with some of the celebrities.
Cool. I'm going to do that myself. I'll send you the information for Rui Republica down in Punta Cana. And if everybody's listening, it's a cool little affordable vacation for a couple of days just to get the fuck out of your COVID brain. It's just I'm feeling it's like someone opened a pressure release valve when I got here.
Well, I'll tell you straight out, my birthday's coming up in April, so send me the info so I can maybe get out there for 3 or 4 days and chill out. All right?
It's very affordable, brother.
Okay, cool, man. Well, God bless you, man. It's great seeing you. Keep in touch, and congratulations.
Yeah, you got it, man. Cool.
Take care.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Okay, everybody. I want to say there's some people on there like more. Let me say that right. From Dallas, and we got somebody, David, from the UK. Tell everybody in Dallas more that we're trying to get their back. And if anybody can find a charity in Dallas or do what the Dallas Mavericks are doing, like that kid Lucas, who's like the big star over there, raising $1.25 million already in a couple of days to help the families out in Dallas. Dallas needs our help, everybody. Jump on that shit. They would help you if you needed it. It's time to help them. I'm sure they have. If you got any type of relief, I guarantee you probably the most money that came out of there was from Dallas. So it's time to help our brothers in Dallas, and brothers, sisters, family members in Dallas, and make sure that they get help. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get some more information tomorrow on where to donate. And the Dallas Mavericks, God bless them, they're spearheading a lot of big money out there, and they got this country's back. Just say that. And I also want to thank, Street Spot Me. If you have an issue or a problem with parking wherever you live, or if you're that angry person that gets mad when you can't find a parking spot, go to the Play Store. And Street Spot Me is an amazing app where you share. Yeah, you got someone that's coming out. Like basically, if you go to Street Spot Me and you get a spot, you pay $6, and then on your way out, when you say you're checking out and you go, I'm leaving, and there's someone in the parking lot that sees that you're leaving, and you ping each other, and you give that spot up to someone else, you get $4 back. So you only pay $2 for less aggravation. And New York, that could save you $120 in parking lot on parking tickets. Go to Street Spot Me at your Play Store and download it, because the more people that have it, the more you're able to use it and not have the hassle. They were going to use on a commercial. basically a bunch of YouTube things of people beating the shit out of each other over parking spots. You can't use something like that for a commercial. But we've all been in that situation where that's my spot. No, it's my spot. I was here first. Oh, I was holding the spot for someone else. Yeah, I know. It was a mistake. More. And so street spot me. The more people that jump on this, the less aggravation you're going to have trying to find a parking spot, especially in Manhattan or in a busy Walmart parking area. Okay, so it's like, how do you know? You sit there and you're waiting for someone to leave. You can go to Street Spot Me and just be like, ping, ping, and then you're there beating all the other idiots so you don't get into fights. And then there's airfare. Okay, everybody knows that shit needs to be purified now. I haven't got the exact details on this, but if you own a big venue or a restaurant or a space, an office, or just anything in general where it's a commercial spot and you need to get air purified, this is their air affair. You need to check them out. Google it. I want to get all the shit down and get it right. I was supposed to get the specs today, but I'm going to get something to read on the air for tomorrow. Air affair is an air purifying system that is going to remove any type of bacterial infection in a room. And it's going to do it the best that anybody else is doing. So I got just like these sponsors are starting to pour in. Rio Republica, I'm not saying they're a sponsor, but for them taking care of me the way they did, I got to give them props. You can find them on Delta Vacations. That's the way they booked me. And they are just 4 out of 5 stars are across all the reviews. Really, you can't know how well they treat you. And they're fucking COVID safe. Like, they're really vigilant about masks. You get a COVID test when you come here, and they want to know that you're safe. They want to keep everybody safe. There is sanitizing stations every 20 feet. Everything is spaced out. You know, there's nobody near me right now. Everybody's sort of done from the sun. They're all going back to their rooms, taking showers, getting ready for the nightlife tonight, which I'm about to do because between the sunscreen and the pool and the ocean, I'm all sticky. So hopefully I'll get another guest tomorrow so we can do this again. I promised them that I would try to get on the air every day to show what's going on, that there are places that are safe to come and travel. And you know, as vaccines are going out and people are starting to, you know, get vaccinated and just starting to like coming out and living life like we're supposed to, not like, you know, what's been going on. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Where's your cocktail? Right here. Bling, bling. I got a mojito. So my guest today was Gary Garver. Anybody, I don't know if you're Facebook Live, but you can go to my AftershockXL YouTube channel to see the interview with Gary Garver. I just did the Facebook page to get people going and seeing what's going on. You can hear what I'm doing down here. I don't know if you can hear Gary Garver. I know it might have been a little awkward, but go to AftershockXL YouTube and you can watch the whole thing. It should be on there because it's recording live right now. Subscribe, like, share, please. Numbers mean everything in this world, and I'm trying to make this my life, and it would help if you subscribed and you got 5 of your friends to subscribe. And please, let's pay attention to what's going on in Dallas, and let's try to help out those people because there's like over something. I still think there's like 1 million or something people that don't have anything right now: food, water, heat, and it's going to get worse when the heat comes on because that means all that water is going to dry up real fast, and they're going to be in trouble when the next wave hits, and we need to be there for them. And Sterling Assault, checked out, they made all my rings. Alfie and Sterling Assault. Well, not this one. That's my grandfather's ring. I've had that on since I was 11. But if you need custom jewelry or you want to go check out the catalog at sterlingassault.com, if you want something made, Alfie will make the rings for you. If you have that special someone that you want to make a ring for, if you want to make a ring for someone that you love, okay, I'm so bad, I'm dyslexic. Go to sterlingassault.com and mention Grillos AftershockXL. You get a 10% discount. Alfie's the best. Thank you, Ed C. You've been nothing but nice. There are no trollers today. Like, I'm not even going to mention their names. But it's a nice show, great show. Again, it's RIU. I don't know. I want to say Rio, but I think I'm saying it wrong. Rio Republica down in the Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. They've been nothing but great to me, and I hope that this gets to people and realize that you can come out and still have a safe vacation after being cooped up for almost a year. It's going to be a year soon that we've been cooped up, everybody, and it's nice to get out and see blue skies and white sand and blue water. You can do it. It's okay to come out of your hole now. You can be safe. So it's been an hour, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I see all the people up there, and yeah, it's 70 degrees in Dallas. So all that ice and snow is going to melt real quick, and I'm sure it's going to cause other structural damage and leaks and stuff like that. So it's time to pay attention to Texas, everybody. Keep your eyes and hearts and your wallets open to help them out. And on that, I will say thank you, everybody. This is the end of this broadcast here down in Rio Republica. Rio Republica, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. Thanks, everybody, tuning in. I love you all. Let's stay safe. Bye.
Yeah.